take off the tube. Today, starting out in the barn today, I need to clear some space because I've got a new project, an old project, but to be honest, I'm excited about it because it's been way too long and this is something I should have been doing years ago. I have to make some room here and put some things where they belong because I want to pull the Blazer in here. I think it's time that we get this thing shined up and looking a lot better than it's looked for the last 6 years or something. It's been kind of low on the priorities list. There's been so many other things that I've been working on in the meantime, and that project unfortunately has just gotten pushed further and further behind and back, and it's basically just been maintenance that I've done to the Blazer, basic oil change and that sort of deal. You guys have watched that. So those fenders have been primed since I installed them on the truck when the engine was rebuilt, because the originals were rusted under those fender flares, and it was cheaper to just buy brand new fenders from LMC rather than trying to fix and repair those things. And downside is the time, I suppose. Had I fixed them, they'd probably already be painted, but no big deal. Cleared a spot, and we've now got the Blazer in here. You watched me remove the grill and the bumper. I also pulled off the wheel arch trim on the driver's side, I've hit this with now 1 coat of primer. It was basically just to get an idea of how it's going to grab and hold on this six-year-old primer. I did sand it first. I did quite a bit of sanding with a 600 grit, but my plan is to still knock that all down using that 600 wet sand and try to get this as smooth as I can. Like, there is a bit of texture to it still, and I think there's a little bit of a dent in the top edge of the fender that it's been I've kind of noticed now that there's been some primer put on it, but that's the whole intention here. So this fender, as far as dents, I can feel something right there. It's a little bit low. There's definitely something there. Hopefully it doesn't take too much filler to bring this where I want it. But I've never really done body work before, so this will truthfully be my first real experience and attempt at it. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. I'm hoping for a positive outcome. I mean, I'm just spray bombing it, so you know the quality of the paint isn't going to be that great, but it's one of those scenarios where the whole truck needs to be painted, and I've got an opportunity to experiment, and if it turns out okay, then maybe I'll take a whack at redoing the hood. Maybe I'll try the roof if this turns out okay, and this will just be a get me by for a bunch more years before I actually have a garage and then get it painted properly. So I think for today we're going to call it. In the next couple of days I just have to work on getting power back to the barn. I've got some power out near the house that I've got currently disconnected, but I just have to do a bit of work at home in the crawl space there and get her up and running again. Not a big deal. Once I do that, then I'll have the ability to plug in the fluorescents, and I can set myself up a little bit of an area where I'm actually able to see in here with some good light. And then we'll take a whack at the next step, knocking this down some more and seeing what we can do with that fender, and if we can make it pretty or not. Hopefully so. I mean, I've just got basic spray bombs, so we're gonna take a whack at it and see what happens. You know, honestly, worst case, if it doesn't turn out like I hoped, it's still gonna look better than rusted primer. You know, because that's where we're at now, where that primer is so worn thin that it's just starting to rust through. This was knocked down. I did 600 wet on it first, and then got it smooth, and once it was nice and smooth, then I hit it with another coat of primer just to see how it looks now, and looks a lot better at the moment, so we'll see when I actually get some color on it, but that'll be a couple more days. So tune in for the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more of this stuff. And I'll try to upload as much as I can, but it's not always possible, so I just do what I can do. But I really do appreciate those of you that watch the videos and comment and like them. It goes a long way. I'm happy to know that if I'm doing something, you enjoy it. You know, it's worth my time to do it then. If I'm just spinning my wheels and nobody's getting anything from these videos, then I'm not going to do it. But if I know there's some benefit out there, then that's something I want to do. I do these for that reason. But anyways, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers.